Welcome to the Everything Goes podcast with TAK, where sports get loud, the takes get hot, and nothing's off limits. From game day breakdowns to way too early predictions, we're bringing the energy every single episode. Buckle up, because over here, everything really does go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Everything Goes podcast with TAK. And join the show today, we have Tyler Shatley. We're blessed to have you, man. We're excited. We've had a couple offensive linemen come on the podcast, and I feel like offensive linemen are some of the funniest guys and some of the best guys to talk to. And
absolutely,
right out of the jump, I just got to ask you, you have any like significant injuries or anything that we've had a couple guys that show us their hands and they're making a Z formation and stuff.
Yeah.
Anything like that? That's
the hands are all good. Honestly, dude, I was extremely blessed. I played 11 training camps, technically 10 years counted towards it. Nothing serious, dude. I never missed practice or games or anything. So
that's wild, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, for battling in the trenches, that's crazy.
It's like a every freaking snap of the ball. I mean, you guys are getting rolled up on, and it's crazy.
Dude, I think somebody upstairs is looking after me, man. Because I was very blessed not to have any injuries. So yeah, all good here.
Now you weren't always an offensive lineman, right? Like you were defense at one point, weren't you?
In college, yeah. So when I came in, coming out of high school, funny enough, dude. So high school, they let me run I was a fullback, which I know is crazy. I can't believe it. They let me run the ball, and I was same thing, dude. I was like 260 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, unreal. But I came out. They moved me to defensive line. And it is funny, like looking back, like most of the coaches would be like, "Oh yeah, we'll maybe put a goal line package in there for you or something." Just trying to like, yeah, dude, it'll be fine. And then no, dude, like there was no way. My hand was going to be in the dirt from the time I stepped on campus. But I went D line a couple years in college, and I hit my athletic ceiling there very quickly. So they moved me to offensive line. I followed it for a while, and best thing that ever happened to me, though. Honestly, it was a good transition. I went my redshirt junior year.
Yeah.
What's easier, the offensive playbook or the defensive playbook?
I would say defense is easier in the sense of it's more just alignment and assignment kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're not having to. I mean, I guess you are reading. It's a nuanced question because when I was learning, it was harder for me to learn defense because when I was learning it, I was 18 years old, and I mean, just ignorant in ways of the world, and my head was spinning, man, just from being in college in general.
Yeah.
Life just got flipped upside down, and they're like, "Here, learn this playbook." I also say that, and then I'm saying like, I look at my rookie year, and I also remember being like, I swear we would be sitting in meetings, and some of the older guys would start asking questions, and I'd be like, "What in the world are you even talking about, dude? Like, I'm just trying to figure out if we're running right or left." And like, this guy's like, "We got safety rotation, and then this," and I'm like, "Okay, dude, like we get it, you're smart," but yeah, looking back, and once I picked it up, like it makes sense, and then before long, I'm that old guy that's like, "Well, what if they do this?" And it's the whole thing of like, "Well, they're not going to do that." I'm like, "Well, I've seen people do crazier things in 10 years of the league." So,
do you think it's more? Is it more like chess than maybe at the NFL level versus college, or I guess talent-wise, what separates it? I guess too.
I would say, but this is my personal feeling. I think. I was speaking at a men's conference this weekend, talking to some young high school kids. And they're like, "Hey, what was the hardest jump from high school to college or college to the NFL? Like, what's it like?"
Yeah.
And I said, I thought the harder jump was from high school to college because if you think about it, those kids, you're going from like 18-year-old, 18 to however you are when you get to college, 21. Like you're still like those kids are still growing. They're still figuring out their bodies. They're still getting stronger and faster. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you're in college, coming out of college, going to the NFL, not a lot of guys are changing much physically. They might change some, but it's the biggest change from college to the NFL is the mental side. I would say most guys have hit their, like I said, like their athletic threshold by the time they're through college, and
Yeah.
they might be able to like add a little bit more athletically or physically, but the bigger jump is the mental side of it, where um, you got the guys like Luke Kuechly. That's just I remember we played the Carolina. I can't remember what year, but I was actually I didn't play in that game. I was a backup at the time, and the guys are coming off. They're like, dude, he's calling out every play,
Yeah, I heard that.
and I'm sure he was doing it in college too. But in college, it's very much just a lot of raw talent.
Yeah.
Not a lot of thinking going on. Just hey, like, our athletes are better than your athletes, and like the coaches are calling the plays, and like we're getting them in, get them
It's
in
a great
line.
perspective. I like that perspective.
Kuechly
Yeah.
is like just like Tony Romo now in the booth. Like he sees what the linemen are, and he knows the play before they even snap the ball. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it a little frustrating at all, like when you were trying to play defense and maybe they're like, hey, offense might be better for you? Or were you like, hey, I'm all for it?
No, dude, it was frustrating. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, they were like, hey, like we think we might move the offensive line. And I was like, no, like I'm way too athletic to be on the offensive line, which is a funny thing to say. If I like when I look back, I can watch myself run on film, and I'm like, I can't believe like I said that. Heavy feet, but dude, like I said, it was a great transition for me.
That's good.
Yeah, like I said, like I fought it in my head I fought it. Like when Coach Sweeney came to me, I was just like, oh yeah, no, it sounds good to me. But like in my head, I was like, dadgummit, man, like come on.
Yeah.
Now on average, how many do you have to know like every given Sunday? Like when they come in there into that huddle and the quarterback runs through his play, how many different plays do you really have to know?
So I'd say,
or at least some of the play, I would imagine. So you're set up.
Right. So I'd say the majority of it you got to think about. So we install bulk during training camp. So we'll install, I don't know, man. Let's just call it in training camp 30 run plays.
Okay.
Now, in that, it's not 30 different run plays. It's you got your inside zone, outside zone. You got your trap schemes, your powers, with pullers, without pullers, and then you've got toss cracks and edge stuff. Within those, there's like the nuanced plays, and that's kind of how you learn it. Is like you group it together. So, in a given week, it's like, hey, we've got 8 inside zones up this week. It's all inside zone though. It's just, hey, this time we're running it strong. This time we're running it weak. This time we've got a tight end, slicing back. This time we might have some orbit motion. Just a lot of window dressing, and But I would say there are, I don't know. I mean, really, the whole playbook's up. Like in theory, it's all up because if you get up there and there's a premier look, and you're like, hey, if the quarterback, hey, I remember seeing this in camp. We've got a play that would crush this right now. But realistically, I'd say when they give us the game plan at the beginning of the week, I'd say 15 to 20-ish runs. And then at least for the offensive line, all of our pass protection. So like the receivers have to know routes and stuff, obviously. But like for us, it's, we got our 5-man protections, 6-man, 7-mans.
That makes sense.
Stuff like that.
Now, coming from a school like Clemson, who I haven't looked at what your guys' record was when you were there. I would imagine it was good. It's Clemson. But coming out of a school like the SEC, what is that like going to the Jags? And a franchise that has had highs, obviously, at times, but like that necessarily has lost a lot. Like, what is that mentally? Someone coming out of a college that, it's rare to lose 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because I hate to say this, but it's like you almost have to not dissociate, but you look at it, it's like, okay, like this is my job now. Like I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
And you're still trying to like your best, but what's hard about it is in college, these guys, especially like when I was playing, like we didn't have the transfer portal wasn't a thing, obviously. So like guys would come in and like these dudes I've been with for 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
you can take a kid that's 17, 18 years old and just be like, hey, this is our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Either, get in or get out, but like, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then over the years, like, guys will weed themselves out or kind of get on board, and you can create that culture and go, and that helps build on itself. Like you start winning games, it's easier. Recruiting gets easier.
Oh yeah.
What's interesting about the NFL is it's money drives it. Like you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, if there's money involved, money is driving. That is what's driving it.
It's a business.
It's a business, exactly. So
College now,
you got free agency. It's a guy that's, I don't know, he played for a team for 8 years, and then he gets picked up in free agency, and now it's like it's a much more of a mix and match. It's hard to create culture, which is why there are certain teams that have a set culture that are doing it, that you see them be successful year after year after year.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing, is setting that culture. That was the biggest shock to me, was just college was very stable. NFL was not stable. Guys are in and out all the time. So, it was hard. I mean, we went from like winning a lot of games, expecting to win championships and stuff, to, we didn't make playoffs my first 4 years. I don't think we didn't have a winning record my first 4 years.
That's so tough. That's so tough.
What the world is this? Yeah.
Does that drive your love of the game away? Because I know you say like you kind of turn that switch where it's like this. All right, this is my job now. Like I'm just gonna go out there and do the best that I can do for my team. But I mean, losing 4 seasons in a row. I mean, at some point you're like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like, you can say all you want, like, oh, at least you're making money, but like, I don't know, dude. I don't know of any guys that
like to lose.
Like to lose, and also like, if you're playing really at any level, but especially the NFL, like, you got there by having some kind of drive of like, no, I'm a freaking win, man. Like, like I don't know. I highly doubt that anybody got to the NFL being like, you know what, at least we all had fun. Like,
yeah.
That's why I love, and that's one of the things I loved about the NFL too, is that like, it's just like a room full of guys that all have the same screws loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's always like the joke I make is like, anytime I meet somebody, so I wrestled in high school. Anytime I meet somebody that wrestled, I'm like, oh, dude, like we're the same kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the same screws loose.
Yeah.
And that's what's like I said, what I love about the NFL is like, you can sit in there and like, I don't have to explain to somebody. Like, they understand. Like, if we're all sitting there hanging out with our kids, like I don't have to ask my buddies, like, are we going to let them win this time? And they're like, no, like we're not letting our kids win. We're not letting anyone win. Like we're trying to win everything.
Yeah.
So,
Tyler, how difficult do you think it is for these kids nowadays in college with the transfer portal? It seems like every year kids are moving around. It's like you can't build that group, that championship group anymore, because you don't know who you're going to have year to year.
Yeah.
Does that make it difficult for you as you are a starter, knowing you're constantly looking over your shoulder for somebody that's coming in?
I think it's got to, man. I mean, I can't speak to it in the sense of like I experienced it, but I guess it's got. I mean, I would assume it feels a lot like the NFL. Yeah, where it's one of those things where you're like, and they'll tell you, man, it's like you can play well, and it's not just you don't just have to play better than the guy behind you. You have to play better than the other 31 guys that are on the other teams, because someone's watching them, being like, hey, like this he's a little bit better and probably a little bit cheaper, so like let's go get him.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's adds more stress, and honestly, dude, I think we're seeing that. Like, not to get like too like down a rabbit hole, but like just with everything, dude, like with social media stuff, like the statistics are there that like kids are struggling more. You see like just like performance anxiety and stuff, and like, well, yeah, dude, because they're constantly watching highlights of other people. They're constantly seeing, hey, like this guy's like, they're constantly reading people talk about them.
Yeah. Comparing yourself, hearing the comments.
Yeah, and then add on, and now there's 100 other guys playing your position that can just transfer in and take your job.
Like, I wouldn't want to be Arch Manning right now, not alone just because he has the name Manning. He's at this, and he's got to perform. I mean, the team was number one in the nation start the season. You go into Ohio State. There's got to be so much pressure on that kid.
Yeah. It can't,
sure.
I mean, I'm sure it's fun, but it's like, it has to take some of the fun away, and that's one thing. Yeah, once you once you add money to it,
Hmm.
it's no longer fun. It's business.
Yeah.
It's no longer like, oh yeah, like we're supporting our alma mater. It's like, no, like my booster money or my money went to that kid getting here. Like I need to see some performance now, and so
Yeah.
I cannot imagine the pressure that they're under.
I'm definitely curious how it pans out because, like, we've talked on this podcast how, like, college athletes definitely deserve to get paid for their name in any way
For
that's
sure.
being used. But I mean, like, I feel like there's going to get a point where they're making. I mean, some of these players are making more than NFL players.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting in the next 5 years to see that how it continues to rise and rise every year, recruit people.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen coaches walk away from it because they don't have that connection anymore where you're building the culture.
Right.
So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely going to be something to watch.
Yeah.
But
The thing
go
that's
ahead, Dad.
most is I think now in Florida they're doing it in high school too. They're doing name and likeness,
Yeah.
which
Wow.
some of these
wow.
some of these kids are making more money than the coach.
Yeah. You know who didn't need to make money in high school? This guy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Would have blew it
I
all.
can't. Oh, like I think about the stupidest stuff that like I'm so glad I talk about this all the time. Like I'm so glad I didn't have social media and stuff in high school. Like I didn't have a phone that like took pictures and stuff. Like that was the best thing. Like
Videotaping everything that can go wrong, and then it gets out there and you're in trouble.
I'd have been an idiot.
You know the thing that
Everyone would have been like, "Oh, you had frosted tips. What a loser!"
the thing that aggravates me the most, it seems like education has taken a backseat to all this, and that used to be the most important thing was you had to go to school, you had to go to class, keep your grades up so you could play, and it just seems like that's gone. It's no longer exists.
Yeah, but what's funny is like, and that is like people, but that's still such a crucial part of the game is like the mental part of it. And I feel like we've taken some of that away of like, and I say that like I'm not saying that. Yeah, you gotta go get your, make sure you do good on your biology test so you can do well at football. But like, I do believe that stuff carries over. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to study, for football, you know how to study for biology or math or reading or whatever. Like, it's just a general like you are good at learning.
Oh yeah, work ethic.
Exactly, work ethic, and just this guy just understands how to do things right. And I've heard I don't know who quoted it, but like. Just the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't pay attention to the little things like, oh, whatever, dude, it's just school.
Yeah.
Well, then it's just hydration. It's just my nutrition.
Can't cut corners.
Dude, everything. If you're cutting corners in anything, you're cutting corners somewhere else. And like, I think it'll show up.
That sounds like a Jim Harbaugh quote for some reason. I don't know why that came to mind, but
So Tyler, tell us about Trevor Lawrence, right? Like he comes on your team, and that to me I would imagine that felt like a culture change. Like, hey, we got a guy now, and that's not a shot at any of the quarterbacks that because Blake Bortles obviously took you guys to the playoffs.
Gardner Minshew,
but like that had to feel like,
Legends.
all right, we're trying to do something here. Like we're trying to win.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's huge, and he just has that presence too. You know what I'm saying? Like, not obviously not that you can't like. Can't be a shorter quarterback or whatever, but like, I mean, I just remember the first I was like, dude, like, how tall are you? Like, why are you so big? It's weird. But like, he does, like, he's a big, like, just big, and like, he cares, and I love that too. You know what I'm saying? He's another guy he's in there, he works his butt off. He cares. He's, and it's just so cool to see that, and that's what I'm excited for this year.
Yeah,
is because. All the guys there, but especially him, I'm like, man, like, I want it for them. I want them to do well because they've earned it, and that's one of the things like I can get on a soapbox about that of, teams don't do well, but it's like, dude, I promise you, like, no one is just like dragging out there at practice, like everyone's working hard. And I mean, I tell you, like all our time in Jacksonville, like there was never a time where I was just like. Yeah, we're not working hard enough. Like it was just whatever piece was missing for whatever reason. But you just want it so bad because there's the time and effort that is put into it. You know.
Tyler, what makes teams so different? I mean, you see all these kids coming out of college, and you see that there's always certain teams that dominate, and there's always teams that struggle. I mean, everyone is going to college. They're all playing, and they're playing hard to be in the pros. Is it coaching? Is it philosophy? What's the big difference?
See, I think it's so many things. Like I think to pinpoint one thing would be insane because it's it's coaching, but it's also like you also have to have the players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can't just be uh, whatever. But it's also like meshing those two things where it's like the right coach for the right player,
Yeah. You got to build a good culture, man.
and then and this is just the same thing. Like if I had gone to like for me, example for me, like if I had gone to an offense that they needed me out in space a lot, like that's just not my thing. But like like I said, just heavy feet. I'm not changing directions real fast. There's some guys that can do it. No, that ain't me. Uh, and just finding that right, like I said, like the right coach and the right player. If you've got sometimes like you see like, well, this guy's a pocket passer in a running quarterback off or like an offense where like you want your quarterback to be a threat.
Yeah.
Well, that's just I think you can win games that way, but it doesn't always work out. And then add on top of that, can everyone on the team stay healthy?
Yeah.
It's such a long season, and if you have a couple guys get injured at key spots, I mean, you're missing. It's a missing link in a chain. And
Absolutely.
Now
you
hear
there's so much.
you hear in the media all the time, like where you'll hear people say if the team's bad, the players quit on the coach. Do you honestly think that happens? Because like me personally, I think that these players, if they quit, it goes towards them towards their next contract. You want to work hard the whole time. Do you honestly believe that teams just say, we don't like this coach, we're going to give up?
No, I don't think that. Yeah, it's like you said. Anything you put on film is on film forever.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there are guys going out there being like, "Man, I don't like this coach. I'm going to go play bad so we can get him fired." That would be the most ridiculous thing you could do.
Got it.
For sure.
I'm going to say that and also say that like there are some guys that they might make enough money or whatever where, hey, this ankle injury that's usually a 2 to 3 week might turn into a 6 week for the rest, just the rest of the season. That I've seen that. There might be some times where it's just there's less motivation.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the week, but I think I could say with full certainty that no one is going out there on Sundays and trying to get a coach fired because
I'd agree.
you are, getting yourself in that too.
Yeah. Now, playing as long as you have in the NFL, what's a favorite moment that you've had playing with Jacksonville?
Playing wise, well, I was thinking about this earlier. Just the 2022 year in general, Doug Peterson's first year, that year in general was just all around great.
That was the playoff year, right?
That was the playoff year.
That's a good year.
Honestly, man, I don't know. I feel like that whole second half of the season was just incredible. Like I can remember, we played Baltimore. We had a rain delay. This is a stupid story, but like I can remember it. We came back out, we're stretching, and one of the guys beside me, we were like doing like stretch lines. We're like on like all fours doing something. Punter kicks the ball and it bounces, like hits him right in the nuts. He almost can't start the game because like he can't breathe, and like we're like 5 minutes out, like. And then, but like, it's like stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that I remember. And then we go out and we win the game. Like I think I can't remember like where that one was at, but like it was like a last second. Like we get a fumble on a kickoff. Like they fumble the ball on a kickoff return. We get the ball back, go down. I think we go for 2 and win it. We should have been tied. We were trying to tie it. We go for 2 and win it. Later on, and I think it was in November, we play the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Overtime game. Pick 6 by Rashawn Jenkins. Like, dude, unbelievable. We're playing the Tennessee Titans at home, like to go into the playoffs, and I think that was Rashawn Jenkins too. Like, just strip sack. Josh Hines Allen picks it up, touchdown. Like,
golly.
And then we get to the playoffs. We're playing the Chargers, and whatever it was, 27-point comeback. Like deficit, like we were like 27-0, and I was just like, so I say that to say like. Just that whole year in general, the second half of the year, And then that, I don't know, it was everything about it, man. Like, you know how it is. Like, you get to like November, like the weather starts cooling down. It starts feeling like football.
Oh yeah.
Dude, everything about it. That was just a really cool year. Uh, I would say I mean, of all those moments, I don't even know if I could pick one, honestly. It was just, I don't know, like the Cowboys one standing out to me just because it was kind of like, I feel like that was like the Cowboys game was kind of like a turning point. Like, oh man, like we're like back at, like we're in the race because like we were,
Beat America's team.
yeah.
Mhm.
And like we were, I think at that point, like we were in this place of like, hey, like we're winning and this is fun.
Yeah.
But like we're still kind of a long shot to get into the playoffs because we had like started off cold. We were still kind of a long shot to make it to the playoffs. We won that game, and then we are kind of like, oh, like we're in the driver's seat now. Like if we win out, we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so I think
That
was
atmosphere was probably amazing.
oh yeah, and that's what's so cool. Like, so we talk about what we talked about earlier, like leaving college, dude. Like Death Valley be rocking. And I get to Jacksonville, and it's like it's kind of quiet sometimes.
Oh
It
yeah,
could
it's
be
quiet.
like I mean, I sat through like some like it's like the only time it got loud when they're booing us, or like they had the year of everybody wearing the clown noses and stuff.
Oh.
But to go from that in 20 and 21, and then the next year, like it's packed out, like the place is just deafening loud. You're like, dude, this is
Yeah.
so good. Which gave me a good perspective. I'm glad I had that experience because it gave me perspective of like, no, like we need to enjoy this moment because
Yeah.
It's rare.
it's quick, man. It's you look up there and like the whole upper deck's empty, and you're like, what in the world? Like
Mhm.
they can't even give the tickets away.
Yeah.
What? So my last question, I wanted to ask about fishing, but in terms of like you mentioned the moments, I wanted to ask who's the toughest or maybe like the strongest guy on the defensive side that you had to go against. Joey Bosa, Justin Simmons, DeMarcus Ware kind of come to mind, maybe, or I think it's Simmons for Tennessee.
Yeah, Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is an incredible
Yeah.
football player. So strong, so twitchy. I would say he's one of the toughest. Honestly, dude, like Tennessee is always like they've always had that 1-3 technique that I don't know if you guys. I mean, I know you probably remember Jarrell Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he used to give me nightmares. He cooked me a couple times one year. We were playing in Jacksonville, and I was like, "Geez, Louise, like I don't know if I want to play in the NFL anymore." But yeah, dude, like those Tennessee's always have like it just feels like they always have that 3 technique that's just like a man eater, and I'd say him and Jeffrey Simmons were two just lights out. I mean, we played against Aaron Donald, but I was playing center that game, thank God, and he was more 3 technique. So, I was
That's
more
challenging though.
yeah, I was more
That's
moral.
challenging playing center, man.
Yeah, I preferred center those. Center those, like, dude, it's like we're fighting in a phone booth, man. Like it's happening right now.
Yeah.
You guard, you start getting a little bit of space, and then I'm like, these guys start to dance, and I get nervous. But yeah, that's why I didn't put me on
Quarterback needs
tackle.
to see.
Yeah,
Well, it seems like the center position's changed a lot. You see the centers calling out a lot of like formation stuff. It seems like they're more important. Like when I watched football in the 80s, early 90s, you just saw the centers go up, get on the ball, and they didn't do any of that. There's more communication now by them.
for sure. I noticed it even in my time. I feel like when I first got to the league, the quarterback ran the whole thing. The center would get up and make a mic point or say, "Hey, Mike's this guy." But when I first got there, like the quarterback would still come up and like redeclare, like, "Hey, yeah, that's good. Hey, do this," or like, "Hey," they'd send protections one way or the other. But I'd say by I don't know halfway through my career, I'd say year like 5 or 6, it was very much like, "Hey, no, like you're making the calls. Like you're the one." If we need to make a protection adjustment, like we're the ones doing it, which is a lot. Like you said, it could be a lot, just to be thinking through all the things. But I say that, and like it's also a lot on the quarterback, to do all that and then know where the routes are going, know where he's hot, things like that.
I got to ask you something because, like, when I grew up and early watching the Cowboys when they were awesome, you know, they had Eric Williams, they had Stepnowski, 2-8, Nate Newen, and these guys, they were bigger guys, like 340. You know, now you're seeing left tackles that are like 305. It looks like they're more jacked. They look like tight ends.
Yeah.
Is the offensive line changing where you're seeing these guys get into the gym more, and it's more about putting on weight by doing muscle than eating? Like Madden loved the fat boys.
Yeah.
It
I
changed.
definitely think that's part of like yeah, you watch any kind of like old film, and also like there's just different equipment. Like the shoulder pads used to be
Yeah.
enormous in guys, but yeah, I mean if you look at it too, like think about the quarterbacks as well. You know what I'm saying? Like the quarterbacks were big. I feel like you know, like you took in the '80s and '90s, there's some quarterbacks at like 260. You know, like,
Big boys.
yeah. But I also think that's just it was a different kind of football. You know, a lot more downhill running schemes. Like every team had a fullback,
Yep.
and then you know every team felt like you had a linebacker that you're like, does that guy play three technique or like why is he standing up? You know, and I remember the linebacker for the Texans was it McKinney? I think he was like their middle linebacker, like our earlier years, like when it was like J.J. Watt,
Gotcha.
Clowney, Whitney Merciless.
Cushing, not Brian Cushing.
Not wasn't Kush. It was like his last name's McKinney. I can't remember,
Okay.
but like I remember being like, dude, he was an absolute unit, and I was like, goodness gracious, like, but. And it's just funny as you see it, like yeah, it's gotten like I think as the game has gotten more spread out, and it's not just downhill. It's like yeah, now you need some like the linemen need to be able to like move. Because think about it, like, if you look at like defensive ends have gotten smaller.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
putting really like you got guys that are like outside linebackers putting their hand in the dirt, or not even putting their hand in the dirt. They're just
Some
rushing.
speed rushers.
So you need to have somebody that can match that. You can't just you know 2 kicks back real slow and just swallow up bull rushes like you know it's the guys are working the edge and stuff. So you
Yeah.
you kind of got to match that.
So Tyler, what is next after retirement here?
Hey, that's a great question.
Gonna take some
Right
time off.
now, I've taken some time off. I'm doing some odd job, or I gotta say odd jobs. Like I've spoken at a couple events. I'm enjoy like you know just trying to do stuff to keep me busy. Honestly, just spending time with the kids right now. I've taken up surfing. Really enjoyed
There you
that.
go.
Yeah, yeah. So if there's anybody looking to sponsor a plus size surfer, like it's almost if you're watching, holler at me. Yeah, stuff like that. Honestly, but right now, so like I said, like we got 3 kids. They're all in school. My wife is pregnant with our 4th. So
Great, congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, the plan right now is I want to see what life looks like with 4 before I'm like, all right, honey, I'm going again. I'm gonna go figure something else out to do. So, and like I said, we've been blessed, man. Like to play, have 10 years of full paychecks, and like you know, like I said, I played a little bit on that 11th year.
Yeah.
I can take some time, and so really just enjoying some family
Yeah.
time, and really just waiting for just kind of see what doors God opens up, you know.
Love that.
What's more nerve-wracking, blocking a blitzing linebacker or corner, or surfing knowing that there's sharks in the water?
You know, I've gotten used to the sharks, dude. This is
No
true
way,
story.
man. No.
There, but it's just dude, you're just out there with them. It's
No.
I was out there the other day with some. The only time it did get it's like it. I only get nervous if I'm out there by myself. There was one morning I was out there by myself, and I saw one like come by, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably pack it up for the day. But if I'm out there with multiple people, I like my chances. Like I'm the bigger guy on the bigger board,
You're a
so
big-
like I like my chances. You know what I'm saying? Like I think somebody else will get bit first.
Dude, there's great white. No way.
Yeah, no, I mean nothing big. Like if I saw something big like that, I'd probably mosey on in. But
Yeah,
they've
for
all
sure.
been like small.
I would have urine going down my leg. I'd be done.
See, that attracts them, man. You can't do that.
Yep. yeah, they'd get you first.
Hey, do you miss it? I mean, week 1's here. I mean, do you kind of feel like you're missing something right now?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that. So this whole off season, or I say off season, since I retired, OTAs came and went, didn't miss it at all. Like I remember seeing a video of the guys doing some drills or something. I was like, dude, I'm so glad I'm not doing that right now. Training camp comes around, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not doing that right now.
Especially Florida.
Yeah, especially Florida. But what's interesting is last Friday, that was the first time I kind of got that itch of like, oh man, like, because Fridays are always the fun days, man. Like, it's a quick practice, you're in and out. And I just remember I was like, oh man, like, okay, I kind of miss it now. And then Sunday morning, I woke up and I remember thinking, man, like, it feels good not to have like the stress of like, I need to go play later.
Yeah.
But then when I turned the game on, I felt like I felt like I should I felt like I was missing something. I should be there because like I still look and I'm like, those are like that's my guys. Like everybody's out there.
Yeah.
I miss the experience, not so much the stress of it, but like just being there in the atmosphere. Jags win. Obviously the stadium's going nuts. Like it's just fun to be in town. I'm like, man, like that's what I do. Like it was. I don't want. It got a little. Yeah, it was a little tough. It made me miss it a lot.
Should we be excited about the Jags this year? Like, how are we feeling about them? Like playoff bound?
Yeah, I think so. The guys, I thought they looked good on Sunday. Anything can happen. I'm excited for them. I think.
The big thing is though, if they get a key injury on the offensive line and your phone rings and it says Jacksonville Jaguars, are you taking that call?
I mean, I'll answer any phone call, but I'm 260 right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be much help, but
yeah,
dude, I'll go. Yeah, they call me. I'll go and give some high fives and some encouragement. But like, I'd be useless in pads right now.
I have one last question. My team is the Dallas Cowboys, and I heard. my thing is like you saw the whole thing on Micah Parsons and all the stuff that was going on in media. Does that affect the locker room? I mean, you hear the media talk about how it tears the locker room apart. Does that honestly, truly do that to a locker room?
Like you're saying if there's a guy in the facility that's wanting to get traded,
well, like
or sitting out and like dealing with a contract situation.
Okay.
It can definitely make it tough just because. In my experience, it's usually not an isolated incident. I've seen like I said earlier, the times when it's the guy's 4-week ankle injury turns into a 6-week season-ending injury.
Yeah.
That's not an ice like that. It's usually not because that's the only guy that's unhappy.
Yeah.
So usually when stuff like that happens, it's more of a thermometer in my experience, sometimes it's a thermometer of like kind of like what's going on in the facility of like because there might be a couple guys unhappy, and then you add that in, and it can kind of fan that flame of like. Like we're unhappy, we're unhappy, and then this guy is asking for a trade. And it's kind of like, yeah, like what I'm saying. It kind of gets that like it can spiral quick. I've definitely seen that.
Like honestly, like I like Micah Parsons. I think he's a great player. He's one of the best. But when you already have the highest paid quarterback and the second highest paid receiver, there's only so much, like Jerry says, that pie to go around.
Right.
Can't sign everybody, and it sucks. So I would rather trade him now and get the picks and rebuild. And Green Bay Packers have a bad season, so our picks are better.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, we appreciate you coming on, man. We're super grateful for it. We'll be praying for you and your wife as you guys expect your 4th child. And yeah, man, we're rooting on the Jags this year. I mean, I'm a Saints fan, so I don't got much to root for this year.
You don't think?
I think it's just the media around me and the friends around me think that they suck. So I'm low key holding on.
It's just childlike faith. That's all you need, man.
That's all you need, man. I like Spencer. They were a catch away from tying the game on Sunday, and we'll see what happens, man. But hey, we appreciate it, man. We'll have to get you on again one day and just chat it up.
I love it. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate y'all having me.
Thank you, Tyler. We'll try to get you a sponsorship for a wetsuit or something.
Oh, dude, I would love that. Yeah.
All right, man. Enjoy your night.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh man.
Amazing.
It's good stuff, man. I wonder who that guy was that he kept referring to with the whole ink. I wonder if it was Jalen Ramsey.
Maybe.
Ooh. Yeah, I
I
wasn't
don't know
even
if
thinking.
Jalen Ramsey had.
Maybe. You have to look.
I'm gonna say it did.
Either way, that was a great perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down on everything.
Great questions all around. I love it.
I had some Wi-Fi problems, so sometimes like I would just like see you guys freeze. I was like,
oh
yes, Jalen Ramsey had an ankle injury while the Jaguars in 2017. He missed the following week of practice, but expected to play.
You know, before it went from teams stop following their team on social platforms. Now it's the hold in so they don't get fined. So they all have back injuries or injuries. And
oh no, that must not be next. That was only second season though.
But yeah, that's the new way of the NFL.
Yeah, no need to speculate, Ty.
Yankees are beating Detroit.
Yeah,
Yankees are 13-3, man, in the last 16 games.
Ooh.
Hey, man, I know Yankees are a good team. Nobody wants to talk about
it.
We'll have to we'll have to do our picks, like text them to each other, and we'll put them up on Instagram. I mean, Ace is leading right now. He's 10-4, man, on the year so far. I'm 9-5. Dad's 6-8. Dad, I put those videos up. Of some of the clips we did. And I had people text me like, yo, your dad is giving some hot takes, man.
Should have been benched. They would have won the game if they had Jackson Dart in that game. Russell Wilson's not going to make it through the season, I'll tell you right now.
There are some fans that are mad because you see Daniel Jones go to Indy. I keep saying in Indianapolis, dude, he balled.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We where we at here? Let's do this. Washington versus Packers Thursday night.
I'm going Packers.
I'm going Packers too, man. I think it's in Green Bay.
Washington struggled against the Giants.
Yeah.
Packers looked good, man. They destroyed the Lions.
Oh, I got Kansas City, man. I lost my receiver in the first play of the game, and they were 10-0 last year in one-score games. That ain't happening this year, man.
Nope.
Rain is done.
Did you see that hit, by the way? The crossing routes, Kelsey on Worthy. Ooh.
His shoulder. I lost him in the first play of the game, man. I'm so aggravated.
That wasn't our league, right? Because I think Noah had him, and that's the reason why I won.
League.
Yeah.
I won my work league. I was down 60 points when the Baltimore kicked off. I won that game because I have Lamar, and I have Zay Flowers, and I have Mark Andrews.
Well, Andrews didn't help worth shit. I dropped him last year because I was so frustrated with the ups and downs all year. But great. That game was incredible.
Yeah, Packers. I think the Packers will win. I think the week one was so fun to watch. I watched it all day. A lot of good games. Atlanta had it in the bag and missed a 30, 20-yard field goal, whatever it was. I don't even know. Saints, Juwan Johnson caught the ball. He said his words were, I had the ball in my hands, and when I landed on the ground, it wasn't in my hands anymore. So
Cleveland should have beat the Bengals too.
Dude, that was close too, man. That was close. Hey, I will say this too. The Dallas and Eagles team, Dallas is going to be a sleeper this year, man. I said that on the podcast.
We didn't fumble the ball. We would have scored and we would have won.
Or catch the ball too. Landry had some big drops.
Big applause to him. He went to practice the next day. Only Cowboys show up because everyone had off and he was on that jugs machine.
Good.
Hey, man.
Good. Hey, before we log off, this episode is sponsored by Samuel Owens in Copley, PA. It's a great spot for great food, cold drinks, and the best game day vibes. Tell them that the Everything Goes podcast did send you. Check them out. Good friend of the podcast. We are also fueled by 3 natives here in the Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. Fresh, healthy eats, smoothies to bowls that fuel us up on these podcasts. We love them.
Friday, I'm getting some of that.
Yeah, man. We'll go in together.
Yeah, next Friday.
Yes.
We'll go in together. Use the Everything Goes promo code. Get 15% off. Love our sponsors. So thankful for them.
I'm going to use that code. We're going to take some photos.
But hey, we love you guys. Yeah, we'll go and take some photos of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to go in last Friday and give them. I have a hat I want to give them, and I just haven't had the chance to go and give it to them yet.
All right.
But yeah, we love you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode of Everything Goes podcast.
Peace.